We go through school learning a bit of everything: science, literature, history. But when it comes to money, the one thing that influences almost every part of our lives, there's silence. Why? Because schools were designed to produce employees, not financially independent individuals. In today's video, I'm going to share 10 powerful truths about money that schools never taught us, insights that can change the way you see, earn, and handle money. So make sure you watch till the end. 1. Money is more about behavior than math. Most people believe money is about numbers, income, expenses, savings. But in reality, it's about behavior, discipline, and mindset. A report from the Financial Capability Strategy showed that nearly half of adults lack confidence in day-to-day financial decisions. Not because they can't do maths, but because no one ever taught them how to manage their behavior with money. In his book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, financial educator T. Harv Eker wrote, "Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If you want to change your financial results, you have to change your money blueprint. And school never showed us what our blueprint even is." 2. Working hard isn't enough. From a young age, we're taught to believe that hard work leads to success. But if that were completely true, every person doing 12-hour shifts would be wealthy. In one of his famous shareholder letters, Warren Buffett pointed out that if you're in a leaky boat, energy devoted to changing vessels is likely to be more productive than energy devoted to patching leaks. What he meant was, working hard in the wrong system, like trading all your time for money, won't necessarily get you ahead. What matters is leverage, using systems, capital, or skills that multiply your efforts. 3. Saving alone won't make you rich. We're often told to save money. While that's better than spending everything, saving alone can't build wealth. According to a report by the Bank of England, the interest earned on most basic savings accounts is far below inflation, meaning your money quietly loses value over time. In a podcast interview, Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, put it bluntly, "Savers are losers, not because saving is bad, but because inflation eats it alive if you don't invest." So yes, save. But more importantly, invest that money where it can grow. 4. Some types of debt can build wealth. Schools usually paint all debt as dangerous. And yes, high-interest consumer debt like credit cards can trap you. But they never tell you that not all debt is bad. There's something called productive debt, like borrowing to buy property or fund a business that creates income. According to the Money Charity, most people don't understand how debt can be used as leverage, which is why they only see it as a threat, not a tool. In one of his wealth training seminars, Tony Robbins explained, "Debt can be destructive or empowering. It depends who's holding it and what they're doing with it." 5. No one will teach you. You have to learn yourself. One harsh truth about money: you're on your own. According to a survey by the Money and Pension Service, fewer than 40% of adults ever received any kind of financial education, either in school or from their families. And waiting around for someone to teach you is a trap. In an interview with the Tim Ferriss Show, self-made millionaire and entrepreneur Ramit Sethi said the single biggest mistake people make with money is believing they're not good at it and then doing nothing about it. Start learning. Books, videos, podcasts, and apps. That's your new financial school. 6. Earning more doesn't mean you'll keep more. You might think a higher income solves all problems, but that's not always true. A study by Money Helper revealed that even many high earners still live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because of lifestyle inflation. When people spend more just because they earn more. Wealth isn't built by income alone. It's built by how much you keep and grow. As personal finance expert Dave Ramsey once said during a Q&A session, "You can't out-earn stupid. If you don't learn to manage 30,000 pounds, you won't magically be better at managing 100,000 pounds. 7. Compound interest is more powerful than you realize. If there's one concept that could transform your future, it's compound interest. A financial education charity once described compound interest as earning money on the money your money has already earned. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Investing early, even in small amounts, allows time to grow your money far more than larger amounts invested later. 8. Taxes are one of the biggest drains on your wealth. We go through school without ever learning how taxes work, yet they take a big slice of our income every month. Understanding tax-efficient saving and investing can save you thousands. For example, tools like ISAs or pension contributions can legally reduce your tax burden. But most people don't use them simply because they were never taught. In an episode of the Meaningful Money podcast, financial planner Pete Matthew explained, "You'll pay more in taxes over your lifetime than on any single expense, including your home, yet almost no one plans for it." 9. Being rich isn't about what you own. It's about what you control. Luxury cars, designer clothes, big houses. These aren't the signs of wealth. They're often signs of high expenses. True wealth is the freedom to control your time, energy, and choices. A report by Barclays showed that many self-made millionaires drive modest cars and avoid luxury purchases because their focus is long-term stability, not short-term image. In his best-selling book, The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel writes, "Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money." 10th, trading time for money isn't a long-term strategy. Most people earn money only when they work. But what happens when they can't or don't want to? That's why the wealthy build assets, things that earn money even while they sleep. In a conference for young entrepreneurs, Warren Buffett famously said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die." Assets can be investments, rental income, intellectual property, digital products, anything that decouples your time from your income. Schools gave us knowledge, but not the tools to build a financially free life. The truth is, no one is coming to teach you, but that doesn't mean you can't learn. The earlier you take control, the sooner your money can start working for you, not just the other way around. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who's ready to learn, and subscribe for more eye-opening content about real-world finance. Thanks for watching, and always remember, money doesn't make you smarter, but learning about money definitely does.